Sewer Williams-Sewer.
Yes,
Mr. Chairman, I want to make my references firstly to clause 3 of the purpose, and just say that, like others, this issue is of concern, and like others, this issue is so important in light of the media coverage of a couple of high-profile matters that have occurred in my electorate and in the Hutt Valley. And so when I'm looking at the purpose, it is quite specific, but I have to ask myself, when looking at that purpose of, I'm hearing the government members saying this is about reducing the offence of child sex offender. And yet, when I read the purpose of the Act, it says to establish a child sex offender register. And in my mind, I'm asking, how does a child sex offender register prevent the offence by those who are, and I've seen research who are oriented towards, attacking young children. So I'm not a member of that committee, but I would like to know, how does a register prevent childs being molested, being abused, being raped? How does it do that? I'm looking at clause 3A, and it says providing government agencies with the information needed to monitor child sex offenders. Yes, I agree, like many others, that having that information available to government departments is important to monitor some of the most serious child sex offenders. And we have one in Māngere, whom the ministry acknowledge is of high risk of reoffending. But like everything, sir, this government has a tendency of cutting funding. And what that clause suggests to me is they are reliant on somebody else providing that information to them. And like many people in our country now, sir, people are so busy. How do they provide that information to a government department? Because I don't see that simply, the government departments now, I don't know whether the right hand or left hand talk to one another. And so I'm not sure whether this is broad enough in order for us to do what many MPs have spoken in this House, and that is to prevent our children from being abused. That is to keep our children safe from those who are predators. Now, one of the issues that we're still debating about is when a sex offender or a violent offender has served their time and they are to be released into the community, the big question is, where do we house them? And I would have thought, sir, if this was truly about preventing child sex offenders, those who are of imminent risk of reoffending, then that needs to be part of the purpose. And I don't know why this government has not included that as to be part of the purpose. In clause B, 3B, it says providing up-to-date information that assists the police. So I'll give you an example of why that clause concerns me. We in Māngere have a child sex offender who is of high risk of reoffending, and this is a term that the Corrections Department have made, who is under 24/7 surveillance. Now, I asked the police the other day, how long will it take for you to get the information that is necessary for you to act on this person if this person slips their surveillance? It would take roughly, as best as I could assess, about 10 to 15 minutes. So that, to me, does not give me confidence at all that the purpose that government members have said that this bill is about, the prevention of child sex offence, will take place, not according to that particular purpose there. And so the question that I want the Minister to answer is, how does having that child sex offender register prevent high-risk offenders from reoffending and abusing or raping or whatever it is that they do to children in our community? Because that's of paramount concern to members of the community. how to ensure that our children are kept safe.
Oh, John O'Naylor.